Hello friends, today we're going to learn various different tricks which are required in conversions of organic compounds. So let us start the conversion map. The conversion map starts with the very first initial reactant in the form of nitrobenzene, and when we have reduction of nitrobenzene in the presence of tin and HCl, what we'll get is aniline, a very important compound, a 1 mark conversion question in board examination, that how to convert nitrobenzene into aniline. Simple reactant, the reagent is tin in presence of HCl. It will do the entire work. Now we get aniline. Now from aniline, one more question that is regularly being asked in board examination is, what is diazotization reaction? A very important and a very simple reaction to convert aniline into benzene diazonium chloride, benzene diazonium halide, is by reacting aniline with NaNO2 in presence of HCl. We have to just remember these two reagents, that is NaNO2 in presence of HCl. This process of conversion of aniline into benzene diazonium halides or chlorides, especially in this case, is known as diazotization. So if someone asks you what is diazotization, the simplest trick is by taking aniline and by adding NaNO2 HCl, it can directly convert aniline into benzene diazonium halides. From benzene diazonium halides, we can have different kind of products. For instance, on adding water in presence of dilute acids, that is hydrolysis, we'll get phenol as a product. Similarly, if I'll add Ki, potassium iodide, in benzene diazonium halides, we'll directly get iodobenzene as a product. In the same manner, when I add water in presence of H3PO2, I'll get benzene as a product. So you can see the importance of benzene diazonium halides, that we can get different kind of products by adding different reactants at the very same time. Now there are some similar reactions which appears to be similar, but they are having slight difference in the reagent which we use is. For example, when I add copper chloride CuCl2 in presence of HCl in this benzene diazonium halide, what we'll get as a product is chlorobenzene. This particular reaction is known as Sandmeyer reaction, a very important board question that usually comes after 1 or 2 years in every board examination, that what is Sandmeyer reaction. So don't get confused between these two, diazotization and Sandmeyer reaction, because diazotization is simply conversion of aniline into benzene diazonium halide, and from benzene diazonium halide, if I'll have to get chlorobenzene or bromobenzene, then I have to add CuCl to HCl or CuBr to HBr. Then this particular step is known as Sandmeyer reaction. A very slight difference in Sandmeyer reaction and Getterman reaction is, if I have to add only copper, just copper, it's CuCl2, it's only copper in presence of HCl, the product it would give is chlorobenzene. See, both of them are giving the same product. The only difference is it is taking a salt of copper, whereas we are taking copper metal in this case. This reaction becomes Getterman reaction. And if I have to convert benzene diazonium halide into fluorobenzene, then I have to add NaNO2 in presence of HbF4, that is fluoroboric acid. And this particular reaction is known as Ball-Schiemann reaction, because fluorobenzene, because we cannot add directly fluorine into any of the compounds, because reaction becomes highly exothermic. So we have to add some reagent in between. So by Ball-Schiemann reaction, we can bring fluorine on any aromatic halide in the presence of NaNO2 by the help of HbF4. So this is the a trial map for by the help of benzene diazonium halides, we can get different kind of compounds and different kind of products. Similarly, when I add CuCN, copper cyanide, in benzene diazonium halide, what I'll get is cyanobenzene as a direct product. For example, the product which I have got after reaction of benzene diazonium halide with copper chloride, that is chlorobenzene. On reaction of chlorobenzene with NaOH at a temperature of 623 Kelvin, what we'll get is sodium phenoxide, a very important intermediate or very important product. And from this sodium phenoxide, on reacting it with the dilute HCl, what we'll get is phenol. This entire process is known as Dawes process, very important name reaction. Similarly, when I have 2 moles of this chlorobenzene which reacts with 2 moles of sodium atom in sodium metal in presence of dry ether, Then it is similar to a reaction which we have learned in class 11, that is Wood's reaction. The only difference between this reaction and Wood's reaction is Wood's reaction was for aliphatic compounds and it is for aromatic halides. So on doubling the amount of aromatic halide, that is 2 moles of chlorobenzene, when reacts with 2 moles of sodium atom in presence of dry ether, it simply gives us a biphenyl compound. This reaction is known as Fittig reaction. Now on reaction of benzene dihydrogen halide with CuCN, what we got was cyanobenzene, and on oxidation of cyanobenzene, on hydrolysis of cyanobenzene, what will directly get it as a carboxylic acid product of benzene, which is known as benzoic acid. Now coming to this portion of this roadmap, what we say is, if I have phenol and I need benzene as a product, then what I have to do is simply react phenol with zinc, and the reaction that takes place is it will result in the formation of ZNO, and what we get is benzene as a product. Benzene in itself is a very good product, or it can act as a reactant for different reactions. So how can we use benzene for different reactions? For example, when I react benzene in presence of FeCl3 with chlorine, then what I'll get is I'll get chlorobenzene. So from phenol I have got benzene, and from benzene again I can have chlorobenzene by reacting it with ferric chloride FeCl3 in presence of chlorine. Similarly, when I react benzene with CH3Cl in presence of anhydrous AlCl3 which acts as a Lewis acid, I'll get toluene. And by if I have to add halogen on the side chain of this particular alkyl chain, then I have to add chlorine in presence of HNu. We need to remember this reagent, specifically HNu, because only in this condition it is going to get attached to its side chain position. So toluene on reaction with chlorine in presence of HNu would give us benzyl chloride. And on reaction of this benzyl chloride with aqueous KOH, what we get is benzyl alcohol. And very important step now, if I have to convert this benzyl alcohol into benzaldehyde, see, oxidation is going to take place when I have to convert any alcohol into aldehyde. So the very simplest step is, by undergoing oxidation we can convert alcohol into aldehyde, and again on oxidation I can convert this aldehyde into carboxylic acid. For example, benzyl alcohol is there, on oxidation of it would yield us aldehyde, and on oxidation of aldehyde what will get is carboxylic acid. This entire process is the oxidation process, and if I have to convert again this benzoic acid into benzyl alcohol, then definitely if this process is oxidation, then it automatically becomes reduction. So I have to add LiAlH4, which would act as in order to undergo reduction reaction and will convert directly benzoic acid into benzoyl alcohol. So another very important reaction that we can learn by this particular section of roadmap is oxidation as well as reduction of different compounds. Now see the very beginning of nitrobenzene, which is the beginning of this roadmap. How can again I get nitrobenzene by the help of benzene? It's a very simple reaction which is known as nitration reaction. Again, a very important name reaction. What we have to add in benzene is benzene in presence of concentrated HNO3 and in presence of concentrated H2SO4. This process is known as nitration, will yield us nitrobenzene. So this is a simple and systematic way to learn different kind of name reactions. Until unless you are not going to learn the reagents, you are not going to conquer the tricks for conversions. So the very basic thing that you need to learn by the help of this roadmap is learn the different reagents. Whatever reagent is required for a specific reaction, you need to learn that, and by using these short tricks I would definitely tell you that you would be able to solve any kind of conversion reaction that is going to come in your competition or going to come in your board examination. So all the very best with this conversion map. Hope this video would be helpful to you, and please do, if you like this video, please do subscribe my channel BBK Science, and please try to share this video among most of your friends so that every one of you can be benefited by these efforts and would help you to fetch good marks in board examination and in other competitions. Thank you very much.